Welcome back, guys, to yet another World of Warcraft video for the World Within. Today, I'm going to talk about what I plan on doing in the early access days of the World Within. Now, before we do get into it, make sure that you try... Hello, I can't even talk. Make sure that you guys drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel with all the notifications on, and let's get into it. Today, I want to talk a little bit about my plans for the early access of the World Within. There's a lot of different people that have been asking me what's going on, what are my plans for the early access of the World Within, because it's, 3 to 4 days based on your time zones and how much availability you have, and obviously there's some limitations to what we can do. When it comes to my plans, when we actually get in, my main focus will be on leveling characters, right? But the way that I'm going to do it is I will have 5 characters that I want to get to level 80 in that early access time. Now, from my testing on the beta, a casual leveling, at least for me, which is, I don't watch all the cinematics, I don't listen to all the RP, and then I just, scurry along and do all the quests that I can find. It's not like hardcore trying. I've leveled a lot through my time, so I do fly through it pretty fast. But from my testing on the beta, you can, at a reasonable pace, go from 70 to 80 on your first couple of tunes in like 5 to 7 hours really easily, if you're experienced with leveling. Now, the thing is, why 5 characters? Well, that's because when you're actually on the War Within, you get an achievement for each of your alt that will increase the amount of experience that you get by 5%. And when I log in to show you here on the beta that exists, that's actually going to matter quite a lot for my bigger plans when we actually go into the entire expansion when it officially launches and we get further, a couple of weeks in. Now, on the War Within, or in the War Within, you'll be able to have your warband, which is, very important. But this particular achievement, as you can see, it's warband related, and because I've gotten 2 level 80s so far on the beta, you'll see 10% additional experience up to level 80. And this will go all the way up to 25%, which is why I want to level 5 characters. Now, the other thing I will do, because I have quite a lot of level 70s, but even if you don't have a lot of level 70s, if you have other characters, but it mostly matters for level 70s, I plan on logging in on at least 20 characters in that early access time so they can start collecting rested experience in any major city. Because it takes about 10 days for a character to reach maximum rested experience, and if I spend the early access leveling 5 characters, then by the time launch comes around, I'll probably be pretty focused on, really going into professions, which is another thing I plan on working on during the early access. I plan on leveling my gathering professions, and I will be going really heavily into tailoring, enchanting, and alchemy myself. Now, most of my alts are going to have tailoring and alchemy, so getting that started on all the alts that don't have particular professions will also be something that I have in my plans. But as you can hear from what I just said, when I log into about 20 of my level 70s, they will all start collecting rested experience. That's the case for any previous expansion. If you don't log into your character when a new expansion is released, when it increases the level cap, it will not start collecting rested experience. So that's why I plan on doing that, because then after the early access, once I've leveled 5 characters and then I have my 25% additional experience boost, that means I will have, after 10 days of standing around in the main city on those alts, they will have 25% increased experience on top of the rested experience, which gives you 200%, which is really, really good, which means those characters will be really easy to level through any kind of leveling that I put my mind to. And that's really most of my plans. For the profession leveling, I also want to, I want to get into gathering. I will probably hold on to most of the materials that I gain or farm or get from literally anything, whether it's quest, killing things, open world, or farm, gather, whatever it is. I will probably hold on to it until around the time that the season starts for the War Within, which is, I think, September 10th or something like that, because that's when the real demand starts. So anything, I will probably hold on to it. Not to say I'm not going to, look at all the markets for how the prices are moving, but that's what I plan on doing. And that's the TLDR. There's not much else to it. It's mostly I want to do leveling and really focus on my professions to get those as much, as far into them as I possibly can. But that's it. That's really all I had for what I plan to do during early access. Let me know what you guys plan to do during early access. How many characters you want to level? If you only want to level a couple, you want to unlock secrets around the leveling zones, you want to do lore master, whatever it is. I want to talk about it down in the comments below. But I appreciate you guys watching the video, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.